All right, so I'm sure a lot of you listening are already pretty excited for 2026.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
World Cup, right?
Absolutely.
Big one coming up.
Ew.
But we're actually going to kind of take a step back from like this, hype and all that.
Yeah.
And kind of focus on one of the host countries,
Okay.
specifically Morocco.
Interesting.
And we're going to do a deep dive into, how they're getting ready for this massive event.
Cool.
And I think you're going to be pretty surprised by what we find out.
Looking forward to it.
So we've got two main sources we're going to be looking at today.
Okay.
First, we've got this really interesting article by Ahmed Benjeloun
Okay.
called Football Infrastructure in Morocco, Building for the Future.
Catchy.
And then we've also got the FRMF's Vision 2026 report.
So that's the Moroccan Football Federation?
Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha.
And they've got some seriously ambitious plans laid out.
I can imagine.
So we're going to kind of go through all of that,
Nice.
see, what they're doing, why they're doing it, and what it all means for the,
Yeah,
future Moroccan football and maybe even global football.
I like it.
So let's jump right in.
All right, let's go.
So I got to say, one of the things that really caught my eye was like, you're just looking at these pictures in the article.
Oh, yeah.
Talking about, the stadiums.
Of course.
And they use words like iconic and state-of-the-art to describe these renovations.
Right.
But what does that actually look like?
Mm-hmm.
Like on the ground?
Yeah, well, I mean, take the Mohammed V Stadium in Casablanca, for example.
Okay, yeah.
They're adding a retractable roof, which is pretty cool.
Oh, wow.
Completely like redoing all the seating, making it super modern.
Nice.
Even installing a hybrid grass pitch.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the same kind that they use in top European leagues.
Really?
Yeah, it's high-tech stuff.
So it's not just about like, looking good.
Right.
It's about actually like functionality and performance too.
Exactly. Yeah, it's about creating that world-class experience.
That makes sense.
For everyone, for the players, for the fans.
Yeah.
And it's a signal to FIFA, to other organizations that Morocco's serious about football and that they can handle, big events, in the future.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
But, it's not just about, these big fancy stadiums, right?
Right.
Like Morocco was taking this really interesting, holistic approach to this whole thing.
Definitely.
And a big part of that is this huge emphasis on youth development.
Absolutely. They're building academies and training centers all over the country.
And they're not just throwing these things up.
No.
They're actually modeling them after some of the best programs in the world.
Yeah. La Masia in Barcelona, which produced
oh, wow. Yeah.
Lionel Messi.
That's incredible.
It's pretty incredible.
Yeah.
Imagine, a young Moroccan player training in a world-class facility.
Yeah.
Learning from, amazing coaches, trained in the latest techniques.
That's setting them up.
That's the foundation.
For success.
Yeah.
From the very beginning.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's super smart.
Yeah.
And another thing that really stood out to me was the focus on coaching and technical staff, which, we don't always think about, but it's so important.
Absolutely. Yeah. Benjeloun talks about this, idea of cutting edge coaching techniques.
Right.
And the Vision 2026 report mentions continuous professional development.
So they're not just sticking with what they've got. They're actually
they're bringing in experts from all over the world to train their coaches.
That's really cool.
Yeah. In things like data analysis and sports psychology, even injury prevention.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's really comprehensive.
It's really comprehensive. And, it's that idea that by investing in the coaches, you're investing in
the future of the whole sport.
Exactly. Yeah. The whole thing.
It's like a ripple effect, right?
Totally.
Better coaches lead to better players.
Yeah.
Which makes the whole league better.
And then, a stronger domestic league makes Moroccan clubs more competitive.
Oh, yeah.
On the, continental stage, the global stage.
That's huge.
It all ties back to that long-term vision.
All connected.
It's all connected.
That's really cool.
Ooh.
And it's clear that, Morocco is aiming really high here.
Yeah.
Benjeloun even uses the phrase, powerhouse of African and global football.
Wow.
Do you think they can actually pull that off?
Well, it's definitely ambitious.
Yeah.
But they're definitely putting the pieces in place.
Yeah.
They're bidding to host more major tournaments.
Like what?
The Africa Cup of Nations.
Oh, yeah.
And they're trying to, get foreign investment in their domestic league.
Yeah.
And if they can combine that infrastructure with a consistently strong national team, I mean, they could really become a force to be reckoned with.
That would be incredible to see.
It really would.
So for someone like you who's been, watching football for years, what would it mean to see?
I think it would be
a nation like Morocco rise to that level.
It would be incredible. It would shake up the established order. Bring new styles of play and tactics to the forefront.
Totally.
And just inspire a whole new generation.
Your players and fans.
Exactly. Yeah. And just imagine yourself at the 2026 World Cup.
I'm trying to.
Right. And you're watching a Moroccan team that's been trained in these, state-of-the-art facilities, coached by the best minds in the game. Yeah. Going toe-to-toe with, the traditional powerhouses.
That would be amazing.
That's the kind of future they're building towards.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
So it's clear that, this is so much more than just hosting the World Cup.
Oh, yeah. It's way bigger.
They're creating a whole new football culture.
Definitely.
From the ground up.
Yeah.
But here's a question for you.
Okay.
Could Morocco's success, inspire other African nations?
That's a good question.
To follow suit and lead to
like a domino effect.
Yeah. A real shift in the balance of power.
Interesting.
In global football.
I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
It's hard to say.
Only time will tell.
Yeah.
But one thing's for sure.
What's that?
It's going to be really exciting to watch this all unfold.
I'm with you there.
Morocco's journey is one we're going to be following very closely.
Definitely looking forward to it.
All right, well, that's all the time we have for today's deep dive.
That was fascinating.
Be sure to tune in next time.
See you then.
When we'll be discussing.
Can't wait.
Something completely different.
Awesome.
But until then, thanks for listening.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.